So like many people, I've been doing some DIY at home, and now I've got an opportunity to put in another GU10 lights. And so these GU10 lights arrived over the last couple of days, and they're going to go in our main bathroom. And so actually one of the things we find in the main bathroom is when our little one's having a bath, those lights can actually be quite bright. And so the advantage here with these Hue lights or any automated lights is I'm going to be able to make it a little bit darker in that room. So the GU10s, they arrive in various different quantities, but I need two, so I bought a 2-pack here. So actually we'll just open up the box. As before, there's a fair bit of packaging involved. So there's the manual, we know what to do with that. And obviously I don't need the box either. And so you can see here, these GU10s, the white ones are actually a lot more shallower than the colour ones. And so when you're looking at putting either colour or a white one in, be sure to ensure that you have a socket or a light socket that's kind of deep enough to take the particular bulb. And so we have these two. As you can see, they're a lot more shallower if you've ever seen one of the colour ones. The GU10s are these little kind of round ones, and the other bit that you kind of need to take account of is actually the serial number. So each of them have a serial number on them, and that can be used to find the bulb and search for the bulb later on. And so with that, I'm going to now go and use the app on the phone to install the bulbs. So I've plugged in the bulb into the socket, and now I go into the Hue app, go into settings, along to light setup, and then I'll see a list of all the lights that I have, but I'm going to click on add light at the top, and at this point I then need to put in the serial number that I find on the side of the bulb, and you saw that earlier on in the video. Once I've typed that in, I'll click on done, and then it starts to search for that bulb. It's worth noting here that you probably want to do this somewhere near your Hue hub, so you've got a quicker chance or a better chance of finding the bulb. Once the bulb's found, you'll actually see it flash on and off like this, and eventually you will see the bulb appear at the top as we do here. You click on the bulb, and then you can go and change its name. And I'll talk a little bit more at the end of the video about some names that you might want to consider. But I'm going to call mine for now BRL1. If I wanted to, I could pick the image that it's represented by. I'm just going to leave it as it currently is, which is the spot bulb. But I could change it to look like something else if I wanted to. Click on back, and then that's my bulb added. Now I'm going to go back to the main screen by clicking on home, and then into room setup, because I need to add these two bulbs to a room. So I scroll down, and I scroll down to bathroom, which is a room I have already set up. Click on that, and we can see that bulb that I've just added, BRL1. I tick that, again click on save, that'll update that room, and we're done. Last thing we want to set up for this light is power on settings. So if you go into the settings screen, click on power on behavior, scroll down to the lights that you've just added, you'll see they're both set to be bright, which is the Hue default. This is okay normally, but we're going to set them both to power loss recovery, bringing back the setting that it previously had once the power comes on. You want to pay special attention to this setting if the lights are in a kid's room, because when the power comes on, you don't want the lights to come on bright. So I hope you found this video useful on how to add a new bulb to your Hue network. In this instance, it was 2 new bulbs to my bathroom. There's a couple of key things that I kind of wanted to get across just to make sure you didn't pick them up in the video. And the first is get that little code that's on the Hue bulb, use that to enter it into the light setup. That way it'll find it much quicker for you. So although Hue works over a mesh network, and therefore the signal should go from one bulb to another so that it can reach throughout the whole house, my recommendation is to, when you set up or you add a new bulb, add it somewhere near to where the Hue hub is. I tend to find it works much better that way, increases the chances of being found, and then actually all you do is unplug it from the downstairs toilet or the living room near wherever your Hue hub is, and then move it to somewhere else in the house. The next thing is actually think of the name that you're going to give the bulb. So for these bathroom ones, I'm never going to refer to each of the bathroom bulbs separately, and so I've called them bathroom BR L1, L2, BR R1, R2 for the left and the right bulbs. The reason I've done that is because when I speak to my voice assistant and I say turn on the bathroom lights, I want that to effectively switch on the room. And if I'd also called those lights bathroom 1, bathroom 2, bathroom 3 and bathroom 4, the voice assistant sometimes gets a little bit confused. So in summary with that, if you're going to only ever refer to the lights all in one go, give the separate lights their own kind of code rather than using an actual word that would be understood. Also make sure that you're going to add the lights to a room, and if not a room, then a zone. And so within Hue there are two different ways or places you can add lights into. One of them is a room, which is like a logical area, and then a zone can actually include multiple rooms in this instance. So for example, I have a downstairs and an upstairs, so I can switch on the upstairs lights and the downstairs lights without having to go into each of the separate rooms. Last of all, make sure you set the power on behaviour. So as I mentioned previously, what you don't want to happen is for the when the power goes and the lights come back on, is suddenly to go very bright in a bedroom or somewhere similar. Let's think about which lights you want to set to go back to their previous state. So power on recovery, it's probably most of the lights, and I actually have one or two in the house that come on red, so that when I come home I know there's been a power cut. So thanks once again for listening. I hope this video has been useful, and please remember to subscribe, share and comment, and there'll be more videos coming your way soon. Thank you.